So, first topic I'm going to talk about this week is for loops. Yay! So this is basically a for loop. It looks like this, starts with a 4, not the number kind. I'm going to find some kind of integer. For here we have integer x. You can define this earlier on above this, but for here I just defined it within the for loop. What this says, it says for integer x equals 1, semicolon, x is less than or equal to 10, x plus plus. What this means is x is equal to 1, and while it's less than or equal to 10, increment x by 1. That's what the x plus plus is. It'll keep it within the curly brackets down here. And all it's going to do is going to output an x, or what x is. In this case, it starts with 1 and then turns into the next number since we're incrementing it with x plus plus. And you see the return, you just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 through 10. That's really all I have. It's kind of jumbled up, but if you go down here and you add print line, it will actually do a carriage return. Here we have it all on one big line. So that's really all it's about. It just keeps it in a loop but does something to the main integer. Unlike a while loop, it doesn't really change anything in the title line. The for loop will, and it will allow you to do sequences. Now there's one step further with this is something called nested for loops, and this is where you have a for loop within a for loop. There's various points for doing this, but what this is about is doing some more complex tasks where we want the looping feature, incremental looping feature of the for loop, but we want to do that for various lines for a finite amount of time. So in this case what we're doing is so long as z is less than y, which y we defined in the first for loop, in the second for loop we're incrementing z. And you see the application here is that it creates a 0, or printing out a 0 to the screen. And every time it does this, it's incrementing the amount of zeros we have, while at the same time creating a whole list of zeros. In which case we have 10 returns of z for 10 returns of y. If it seems complex, I mean, you just look at the output. That's more or less what it means whenever you associate these two for loops with a z and a y like this. And just to have some kind of context, let's go ahead and throw a system print in here stating that this is whatever the number is for the 0. For here I just changed the z and the y to an a and b just for a different for loop. And you see here, it just says this is a 1, 0. Honestly, grammatically that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So what we can do is between the two for loops, we can put an if loop asking what a is. If a is singular, then we treat it grammatically correct. Otherwise, we'll use the plural variety. So we're basically saying if a is equivalent to 1, say this is this many 0, or 1, 0 rather. Else, do these are, whatever, 7 zeros. Grammar is so important. So that's fundamentally the for loop. Full screen must be done with programming. Yes, next week I'm going to take a break from all videos. So no video next Friday. I hope to do a video the second week of September. As for the Java material, from the general feedback that I've been getting and the way I've been feeling about doing the Java material itself, this whole learn as I go and then present whatever I have this week kind of mentality isn't a really good environment for anyone to really learn from. Plus it puts a lot of stress on me to get things done by a certain time, so I end up being slower to learn all the Java material. So when I start back in the next video, it's going to be some other topic. I'll try to figure out what the topic is during my vacation next week. Lastly, the timing of my videos is going to be a little bit different. Instead of consistently being every Friday, it's just going to be whenever I have them done. My viewership isn't enormous. I'm not paying the bills with these videos, so there's no big rush. Take my time and learn some of this, so it's going to be, so video posting is going to be somewhat sporadic. But if you're subscribed, you follow me on Twitter and or Facebook, you will definitely know when each video is posted from time to time, and there they go. Once I latch on to that magical topic that's really working for everyone, then they're going to become more consistent after that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a couple weeks.